My name is Tom Szaky. I'm the founder and CEO of TerraCycle and Loop. And I'm really excited to be able to speak to you today, especially about everything we're learning around Loop, our third major division of TerraCycle. So Loop, as some of you may know, is a global platform for reuse. It allows consumer product companies to create reusable versions of their iconic products, from Heinz tomato ketchup to Tide laundry detergent, and to make those available through retailers from Kroger and Walgreens to Tesco and Carrefour. Now, of course, we are living through a pandemic, and it is important to note the effects of the pandemic on the reuse movement. With the pandemic, this is the first time we have taken a meaningful foot off the gas consistently through geography and consistently through time, which is only good for the environmental movement. Though, of course, during the pandemic, health and safety are paramount, and after will be recession recovery. Now, recycling has really been beaten up with the pandemic, especially because oil prices are down, which makes recycling less competitive. And in a way, that's good for reuse because it is showing reuse as an even more important alternative to consider and invest in. And consumer-driven reuse models, like taking your coffee back to a Starbucks or your a reusable shopping bag to a store, even refill kiosks, are being threatened due to COVID. So professional refill systems like Loop have really surged. Now, Loop, even though it was just announced in January 2019, is already live in the US, France, and the UK with leading retailers, and is launching in Germany, Canada, Japan, and Australia, all before the middle of next year. The other countries on this map are where we operate, though do not yet have Loop. Now, Loop's idea is to learn from the past where packaging was an asset to manufacturers, and because of that, was made to be long-lasting and durable, while honoring the benefits of disposability, which is to make products affordable and convenient. Though strangely, those packages then belong to us and become waste. So the idea of Loop is really, how do we solve the unintended consequences of disposability, the waste crisis, and diminishing quality of our products, while maintaining the virtues of affordability and convenience? And by shifting the package back, historically as it was, to an asset of the manufacturer, recovered through a deposit mechanism, we can enable durable design, which enables products like these, from leading manufacturers, creating, whether it's bringing back iconic packaging, all the way to startups and small manufacturers using stock packaging, even everything from motor oil with Shell to toners with Canon. Now, Loop is a platform. So the first step of the platform is consumer product companies enter and enable reusable versions of their products. But the next step, which is what I'll talk about more today, is about working with retailers who then embed Loop into their digital and physical stores. And what have we learned about that since we began retail partnerships in May of 2019? Now, there's many ways for Loop to embed into retailers. And in every country, we have always started what we call a standalone platform. That is today live in the US, UK, and Canada with Kroger, Walgreens, Tesco, and Carrefour in the respective countries. You can access that, for example, in the US at loopstore.com. These are testing platforms that allow you to order reusable products. They're delivered to you in reusable shipping containers, and then we pick those up from you, return your deposits, and then clean the packaging, send it back to the manufacturers who refill, and then the system goes around again. Now, during this time, as these platforms have been up and running, we've been learning a lot, but we've also been working with the retailers to enable the next stage of the platform, which is the next bucket below, called integrated retail distribution, where the retailers start embedding Loop into their digital and physical stores. Carrefour was the first retailer to go live with the integrated retail distribution model, first online and just 2 weeks ago in store. Now, in July, they went online, which what that means is you can buy now reusable home care, personal care, beverage, and food products in beautiful reusable packaging that they will deliver to you along with anything else you purchased. And if you purchased at least one Loop product, then you also get a return bag. You can put all the Loop products that you purchased in there when they're empty and dirty, no sorting, no cleaning. And on any next delivery, Carrefour will pick up that bag, effectively replacing waste management vehicles and using the transportation that they already delivered the goods to you in to pick up the products, effectively swapping out one of their vehicles for a large waste management vehicle, noting that their vehicles were already leaving the homes empty. And then a few months later, actually just 2 weeks ago, Carrefour also started deploying in store. This is a small format Parisian store called a proximity store, starting with about 20 products. This will scale to a much larger number of stores and a much larger number of products at the end of the year. Now you can buy any Loop product off this shelf, pay a deposit and content fee, and then when they're empty, you can return them in a kiosk at the front of the store. But importantly, you can return not just where you purchased the product, but absolutely anywhere. So we've also recently announced our partnership with McDonald's, doing reusable beverage containers, or Ulta Beauty for personal care. Even just a few days ago, we announced a major partnership with Burger King, doing hamburger and French fries and soda packaging in reusable containers, as well as Tim Hortons. So imagine, as a consumer, you can buy your, say, shampoo at your favorite retailer in reusable packaging, then return it to Burger King. And you can buy your hamburger at Burger King in reusable packaging and return it to a supermarket, right? Really trying to make reuse as absolutely convenient as possible. So in Japan, Loop is rolling out with Aeon in March of next year, and as well as with Kroger and Walgreens in the United States, with displays that will look something like this. Now, the biggest thing that we've learned is in this entire journey is that consumers really fundamentally want three things. They want value in their products. They want them, a great value. They want those products to be filled with amazing features and benefits, and they want their experience to be as convenient as possible. And do note, I didn't even say sustainability there. Sustainability for some, mostly women, less so men, is a feature and a benefit. So if we think about how reuse stacks up in all three of these questions, it is an intuitive win on features and benefits. Having your laundry detergent delivered like this is a significantly more beautiful, more aesthetic, higher quality material experience, and more sustainable. With value comes simply with volume. With enough volume running through the systems, the value is equal to brands, retailers, and the consumer. Everyone experiences a similar economic flow. So the key question comes to convenience. And convenience is so important because today, reusable systems are not as convenient as disposable ones. For example, in diapers, today, 50 to 85% of American, British, French, and German parents, which is a massive percentage, trial cloth diapers. But only 2 to 3% stick with them entirely because of the inconvenience of cloth diapers versus the convenience of disposable ones. I mean, that is an amazing amount of trial for an incredibly low amount of retention and repeat. So the most important thing reuse needs to solve as a movement is this idea of convenience. And so at Loop, our gold standard, our North Star for convenience is the idea of throwing something away. This is why we are working with retailers from Burger King to Kroger and Walgreens so that you can buy anywhere and return anywhere, making that experience of reuse as easy as possible. Because let's remember, there are reuse systems out there already today. Your propane tank at Home Depot is a reuse system. Your 5-gallon water through Nestle Ready Refresh is a reuse system. There are reuse systems already out there, but you can't return the water to the propane tank place, and you can't return the propane tank to the water place. And it all has to seemingly come together. There needs to be an operating system on top of which brands and retailers can operate. Because if there is, magic can happen. Not only is your packaging, like here on the left with spices and on the right with coffee with Ajinomoto in Japan, this will be live in March, not only is the packaging incredibly beautiful, but in reuse systems, you can go a step further. You can even make your package smart. For example, the spice packaging on the left, when this launches in Japan, is going to have embedded into it temperature and humidity sensors that real-time sense the freshness of the food and send that to your phone. I mean, these things could not exist in a reusable, in a single-use ecosystem because they would be simply too expensive. But in reusable systems where the consumer is only really paying for their use of the package versus owning the package, that can be absolutely possible. I am incredibly optimistic about what the future holds. And if we can make reuse as convenient as disposability, we can really bring about the future of consumption, which is not just about sustainability, though it needs to be more sustainable, but also about the most amazing and convenient way to be able to interact with products today. And hopefully that gives you a little taste of how at TerraCycle and Loop, we're trying to eliminate the idea of waste. Thank you.